Alright, can a Freelander win a case based on their arguments? It looks like no. It looks like they can't. I've watched a few videos of Freelanders like arguing old references, largely cite court battles from the 1800s and early 1900s. And they argue that those court rulings have never been overturned, but the judge is just he doesn't use those arguments. They're old arguments, and there probably have been more recent like legal battles that have taken more precedent over the older ones. Just, the change in technology has changed our perception about the right to use roads and stuff. I mean, we absolutely, the Freelanders are right on some respects. We absolutely have the right to travel, to use the roads, whether it be on our own 2 feet or bicycle or car. But to drive, the Freelanders' argument usually they'll get mad at the cops. From what I've seen, I've only seen a couple of videos, I'll say. They'll ask, why did you run my plates? What was your probable cause? And the cop's like, well, I just felt like it. That's just, you can't win based on that. Asking why the cop checked you out and stuff. There's nothing to argue against with that. You need to have a clean record. And then when the officer gives you a ticket for not having a license or a plate or whatnot, that's something you have to settle in court. Bring your arguments to them. Show the old cases that cite that you don't need these licenses to use your car on the road. And the Freelanders tend to fail. People have called them freetards. Just putting that out there. But they ask, have I harmed anybody when I was pulled over for speeding? Was there a victim? And no, but it's a prevention of problems they've had in the past. I mean, you gotta give the government, the legal system, a benefit of the doubt that they debated these issues, why there were speed limits, why there's stop signs here, and all that, and even if you don't harm anybody, you still got to follow that law. Although some people, even though they're doing the speed limit or whatever, they get pulled over for their plates. The cops saw their plates that look weird. That's still. I mean, the cop's going to question, because people have traded plates from one vehicle to the next illegally. Criminals do that sometimes to hide their activities. So, yeah, cops can check that out. So the Freelanders' arguments against being checked out like that, it doesn't work. It seems to me the best way that a Freelander could win in court cases with not having a driver's license or a license plate is through court procedure. All right, I was just looking at this guy called John Doe, and he's got this. He won this case where he didn't have a driver's license or a license plate, but he had to go through 5 pro se arrangements, which is before the trial, and he made sure that he read up on the proper procedure for doing these pro se arrangements. He had to be advised of his rights and the right to a lawyer. And there's certain precedences that have to lead up to a proper pro se, or they have to keep extending it. Or some, as far as I understand, things have to be going in order. So it's for each state. You have to look up what is required for a proper pro se arrangement. All right, and he beat the system, acting as a Freelander by the court making mistakes in their just appointments and arrangements and all that. And after 5 times, it took a while, after 5 times he won.